Outside, you can start to see the clouds moving in here, and it's been warm. It's 91 degrees out. First alert meteorologist Patrick Pete. It's calm for now, but that is about to change big time.
Yeah, all eyes on our impacts later this week. We have 3 first alert weather days as Tropical Storm Helene is forecast to intensify and move inland. But today we mentioned that there was a chance that we'd get a rogue strong to severe thunderstorm, and we've been watching this thunderstorm move through Hall County over the course of the last few minutes. I mentioned about 5 minutes ago that it was intensifying, and now the National Weather Service has issued a severe thunderstorm warning for Hall County that stretches into Banks County until 4:15. So still about another 30 minutes here. Heavy downpours, lots of lightning, but it's producing 60 miles per hour wind gusts in Nichols-Size Hill. Right now it's situated over Claremont. You can see torrential rain right there. It's headed towards Lula. It's moving at about 20 miles per hour in a general easterly direction. So if you're in Hidden Acres, this is going to arrive within the next couple of minutes. Pine Point at around 3:55, moving into Alto just after 4 o'clock and arriving in Lula before 4:05. Once again, 60 miles per hour wind gusts, some heavy downpours, a lot of lightning, and also small hail embedded in this thunderstorm. And we're going to keep a low in chance for a shower storm around tonight, but the bigger impact days for us are tomorrow, Thursday, and Friday. Torrential rain likely across all of North Georgia, not to mention the winds are going to be very elevated. Tropical storm force winds are likely, which could lead to some power outages, and we're expecting the potential for there to be some flooded roadways. If you have travel plans, especially if you're leaving out after tomorrow night or before Friday afternoon, that could definitely be interrupted. Heat dominating the story for us here in the city right now. It's going to be warm through the overnight. We'll keep a low end chance for a shower through the night, but then better rain chances as we head into the day on Wednesday. First alert weather day, scattered rain starts to build into the area at around 12 o'clock, especially for communities like Rome, Calhoun, and then that will gradually shift towards the east as we head into the evening hours. I think tomorrow evening's commute is going to be very messy, and that's going to be the beginning of a very rainy period for us here inside of the city. Scattered rain and storms really just filtering in through the overnight hours and only increases as Helene moves inland. Right now, out in the Caribbean with winds sustained at 45 miles per hour, it's moving a little bit faster right now compared to where it was yesterday. Those speeds were at about 6 miles per hour to the north. Now it's moving at 12, and the forecast is for it to gradually speed up and intensify as it moves into the Gulf of Mexico. Deep, warm water really just going to help fuel this system, becoming a major hurricane before making landfall sometime Thursday evening between Panama City and north of Tampa, and then lifting northward quickly, keeping some of that intensity with it, expecting tropical storm status as it moves through North Georgia and then eventually dissipating out in the Ohio River Valley. But the National Weather Service over the course of the last few minutes issuing that flood watch. We mentioned a lot of rain is likely. We're going with widespread totals of 5 to 10 inches. And in the mountains, we could see some of those locations get more than that. The orographic lifting of the mountains could cause enhanced rain totals in the North Georgia mountains. So scattered rain and storms likely Thursday morning. Thursday is just going to be a messy day all day. Scattered rain just moving in and out the area in waves. Could see some rotation in some of these thunderstorms, especially the eastern side of where the system tracks. Right now, guidance is bringing the center into North Georgia at around 7 a.m. Friday morning, but we're going to have lingering moisture through about lunchtime, and then we will gradually see conditions start to improve as we head into the evening, trending drier as we head into the overnight hours. Friday, I mentioned a lot of rain, and all of the guidance is just going with some very high totals. The combination of the cold front bringing rain and storms, and then the interaction of this tropical system, 5 to 10 inches likely across most of North Georgia. And then the winds are going to be elevated. They get breezy late Thursday afternoon, but then we start to get those really gusty winds Thursday night into Friday morning, expecting a lot of locations to gust 50, maybe even 60 miles per hour gusts possible before this system eventually pulls off to the north. So 3 first alert weather days for a very soggy, a very windy stretch of weather that starts tomorrow afternoon for us and lingers through early Friday morning. If you have any weekend plans, things start to trend a little bit better and drier for you Saturday. Rain chances increase a little bit by Sunday.
Thank you so much.